You followed the label exactly. You trusted the doctor, you trusted the pharmacist, and you still lost your dog 4 days later. I'm Em, dog mom, former vet tech, dog trainer, and canine nutritionist who has lost dogs in ways that still don't make sense to me, and who works with dog parents carrying a grief nobody else seems to fully understand. Today I'm talking with Krasi, founder of Daisy's Legacy, a story about a heart surgery that worked and a pharmacy mistake that shouldn't have been possible, and what it means to grieve a family member the law still calls property. Krasi, take me back to the day you brought Daisy home.
We've been waiting to get a dog like Daisy for many, many years. So the first day when she came, I just fell in love. She was the sweetest, the smallest, and the cutest thing we ever know. I'll never forget this day, and she will be always a special dog in our hearts.
Tell me a little bit about the complications you started having with Daisy and how they became apparent to you.
The first year, everything was going kind of okay. When we got her, like most dog parents, we didn't research so much in like health issues and this kind of stuff. So we choose this breed, Cavalier King Charles, because they're super cute. Little by little, she started having some issues like back pain. She was throwing up. It wasn't until like she was 6, 7 years old when she got a heart murmur. And then we really realized how much health issues this breed has and how much effort we need to put in her in order to keep her comfortable and happy and healthy. It was very hard. And then like after this point, when we went to the vet and we heard that she has murmur, we started researching like crazy, find recipes, holistic stuff, everything that we can do, vets, specialists that we can do to help her live longer and healthier life.
And you guys ran into some complications. Walk me through the complications and then tell me about how the medication error happened and what ended up happening after that.
She needed to get vet checks every 6 months, and that was super expensive. We got some insurance, but it was just basic, so it was very hard on us on expenses. We started figuring out healthier lifestyle, better food, recipes, and everything like that. So we started researching and trying to find help for her. We found a group where they talk about this, and we found that they do surgeries for her conditions only in 3 places in the world. One is Japan, one is UK, and now they're doing in Florida. So the surgery is very expensive. I believe it was like around 20,000 only for the surgery, but we were very determined to save her. So we sold our cards, we did everything so she can be given the best chance, and the surgery usually had like good success. So we went to UK, she got the surgery. As she came back, she didn't have any issues, complications. The surgery was success. Her heart started to shrink. So she was doing fine until like 6 months after the operation when she got arrhythmia. The doctor said that's something that usually controlled with medication. He was not overly concerned about it. So he prescribed medication. The medication was used for people. So it was sent to CVS and we went and picked up the medication. We looked at the bottle. It was saying her name and the medication name, which was one of these like hard medication names. So we didn't even pay too much attention. So we give her the pills as described on the bottle. And after 1-2 days, she started to be lethargic. She couldn't walk. So we call ER. They said, okay, what are you giving her? And I'm like, I'm following the instructions on the bottle. But they mentioned 100 milligrams on the bottle. It says 10 milligrams. And then I'm like, okay, here is the picture of the bottle. And they called me and said, that's wrong medication, that's wrong dose. So you have to stop it and monitor her. So we stopped medication. 6 hours later, she got like a really bad situation. She couldn't walk, she couldn't do anything. So we took her to ER. And she passed away 4 days later in the ER. So the medication was for blood pressure instead of arrhythmia. And the dosage was 10 milligrams per day, which is even too much for a human to handle. So she didn't have a chance to survive.
I cannot even imagine having to go through something like that. I have had some pretty tragic losses with dogs, but knowing that you're trusting the doctor, you're trusting the pharmacy, and you're just doing what you're told, it's really hard to be in a space where you're realizing that your dog is not acting right and the vet is telling you that's right. It's so hard to continue to want to ask questions at that point because they've just validated that everything is fine, but you're looking at your dog going, this is not okay. Do you know where the mix-up was? Was it the original doctor's prescription or was it the pharmacy that messed up?
It was the pharmacy. It was clear mistake by this pharmacy. After the mistake, we asked for the doctor to send us the prescription to check if it was the doctor who sent the wrong prescription. The doctor prescription was typed in and it was correct. The interesting thing is CVS called us after Daisy's story went on the TV. And the pharmacist called us and he's like, I'm sorry, the prescription was written. It was hard to read. So we have like the original prescription. It was typed. It wasn't hard to read. It was a dog in this situation, but that was also human pharmacy. It could have happened to a child, to an older person. We also had this guilt sometimes. Oh, we should have read the medication, like check the pills. But thinking about it, like how many people do that? If you go to CVS and you get the prescription, which is filled for you with the dosage and everything in your name, would you like check, okay, how much human needs to take like from this pill per day? What is the dosage? No, we trust the pharmacists. We trust the doctors.
Honestly, this is slightly terrifying to me. I take medication daily. I have health issues and I take medication every night at bed to keep me stable with my health conditions. Sometimes the pharmacist will say things like, oh, the pill's going to look different this time because it's a different batch or it's coming from a different company or something like that. I typically know what the medication looks like at this point because I've been taking the same medication for so long. But you're right. I don't know that even if they said the pill's going to look different this time, it's come from a different manufacturer, that I would notice right away if something was different about it. Obviously, I know what happens and the side effects are after I take the medication, but that is so terrifying. And I'm so sorry that you went through something so terrible and lost a beloved pet because of it. Obviously, you went through a period of mourning with this, but you also had a spark of fire that came out of you because you did something about it. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we suffered for a long time. We were prepared to lose her like from the disease. We were prepared her to lose her in the surgery, but she came, she was doing fine, and then that's happened. So yes, we cried a lot, we mourned her a lot, but then like we decided we have to do something about it because there are many people out there that are not aware. Like we wasn't aware. Like now I know better, check the pills, check the medication, even like doctors and everything, but we didn't know. And most of the people that I talk about it, they're all surprised. So we decided to start Daisy's legacy and tell Daisy's story so more people are aware of how important it's to check the medication. And also we advocate for pets. We believe pets are family. Another thing that happened, it's like we wanted to health responsible, the pharmacist and the pharmacy who make the mistake. But the system, unfortunately, treats our pets as property. So we are not allowed to mourn her. We cannot get any compensation about our emotional stress because it's property. So you are not supposed to have attachment to a property. So we decided to do something and start advocacy and awareness campaign and find a way to honor Daisy and to know that her death is not in vain. We are doing something positive and more people will know what to do in these kind of situations.
It is a problem. I've actually spoken with a lawyer on the show about this before and how dogs are considered property and they can be lost in a divorce or lost to someone after death because of how the law works, whether it's advocated in a will a certain way or maybe the dog isn't listed at all. And so then it just gets shuttled off to wherever. It's so sad that it has come to this. You would think that after so many years of people seeing pets as family, that there would be a change legally. So I love that people like you are advocating for that kind of a change. And you are advocating for Daisy's Law. So tell me in plain terms what Daisy's Law is and how it would help someone in the situation you were in.
It's essentially something we are trying to put together and combine some of the issues we face as pet owners. Of course, the first thing is pets to be considered family or sentient beings, which is already happening in other countries. For example, in European Union, all animals are sentient beings. Spain, they just passed a law that dogs and pets are considered as family. We are also trying to raise other issues and combine it in some proposal that we think are important.
For people who are interested in learning more about Daisy's Law, tell them how they can connect with you or learn more.
Yes, we will be happy to connect with anyone. And we are also trying to get opinion from different groups of people like shelters, pet owners, retail pet products, or anything like this, how we can build this wall stronger. So everyone who is interested can email me at info@daisyslegacy.org. They can also go on the website, daisyslegacy.org, and they can read more about the petition, sign the petition, share it, and connect so we can work together to get pets what they deserve and to really make sure they are treated as family, not property.
Before we wrap up, I want to pause for something I call answering the ask. This is a moment where we step back from the mission and the advocacy for just a second and just sit with what it actually costs to carry this kind of thing every day. What's the message from one grieving pet parent to another that you dread opening the most? The one that you already know how it ends, and what do you say back to them?
I guess like one of the message I always remember is that our pets are up there. They're looking at us and they're proud with us. And so we continue to fight for them and for other pets like them who deserve better future and better care.
Krasi said something near the end of this conversation that I keep coming back to. She said her pets are up there, watching her, proud of her for continuing the fight. Daisy didn't get the ending anyone was working so hard for. She survived the surgery. She came home. And then a mistake that had nothing to do with her heart took her away. What stays with me is the guilt that Krasi named, the quiet voice asking if she should have checked the bottle, read the dosage, caught what the pharmacist didn't. But here's the truth. You trust people whose job it is to get it right. That's not negligence. That's just what trust looks like right up until the moment it's broken by someone else's mistakes. Daisy was family. The law still doesn't agree. That's what Daisy's legacy is trying to change. If you want to learn more about Daisy's Law or sign the petition, the link is in the episode description. So be kind, spread joy, and remember, the ones we've lost are still watching us do the work they left behind.